You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. There's a natural law of karma that vindictive people who go out of their way to hurt others will end up broke and alone. The fear is the fuel that we use for overachievement. If I wasn't afraid at times, I wouldn't work as hard. I am not the richest, smartest, or most talented person in the world, but I succeed because I keep going and going and going. Consider the source. Don't be a fool by listening to a fool. Every champion was once a contender that refused to give up. Your spiritual sense will make you either a winner or a loser. I'm always looking for a new challenge. There are a lot of mountains to climb out there. When I run out of mountains, I'll build a new one. Remember, the mind is your best muscle. Big arms can move rocks, but big words can move mountains. Ride the brain train for success. I believe there's an inner power that makes winners or losers, and the winners are the ones who really listen to the truth of their hearts. Going on one more round, when you don't think you can, that's what makes all the difference in your life. I have great expectations for the future because the past was highly overrated. I take rejection as someone blowing a bugle in my ear to wake me up and get going rather than retreat. I stopped thinking the way other people think a long time ago. You gotta think like you think. A lot of guys have muscles, a lot of strong men in this world. I think it's important to show that even under all this strength, there's a fragile side, a side that can be affected. If you look back at life, I bet you will regret about 80% of your actions. But life consists of all mistakes. When you're scared, when you're hanging on, when life is hurting you, then you're going to see what you're really made of. You have to be really loyal to the people that supported you when you were coming up. Life is an opponent that never stops punching, so you better never stop punching back. I'm not a genetically superior person. I built my body. I learned the real meaning of love. Love is absolute loyalty. People fade, looks fade, but loyalty never fades. We're all expendable. We think the world's going to stop when a pope dies or a king, and then life goes on. I believe any success in life is made by going into an area with a blind and furious optimism. Once in one's life, for one mortal moment, one must make a grab for immortality. If not, one has not lived. Success is usually the culmination of controlling failures. If you don't have a mountain, build one and then climb it. And after you climb it, build another one. Otherwise, you start to flatline in your life. Every time I've failed, people had me out for the count, but I always come back. Don't be gullible. Use life before it uses you. Understand there are no free lunches, and for every action you take, there's a reaction. I've kind of fashioned my life after a slinky. Bend me in a million shapes, and eventually I'll spring back to what I originally was. I believe an artist dies twice. The first time, it's just terrible. I've been there when the phone isn't ringing for years. Life is more than sunglasses and hit movies. Reality, that's the main event. I take rejection as someone blowing a bugle in my ear to wake me up and get going rather than retreat. When life hits you pretty hard, you can go into a dark corner. I believe there's an inner power that makes winners or losers, and the winners are the ones who really listen to the truth of their hearts.